Hello, in this video I'm going to take you on a quick tour of the Mailer Pro version 3 and show you around the back office of the actual system itself. So on the first screen here you actually have a login screen where you can log in with your username and password, and once you do that you just click login, and once you're logged in you'll be taken to the main interface here where it shows the status of the last 7 days. Shows you your unconfirmed, bounced, and unsubscribes within the system right here on this intro screen. And also on the left here it shows you your recent campaigns. The first thing you want to do when you're starting a new campaign is first you want to actually create a contact list. So on the left here you just click on contact list and the drop down menu comes up, and you click on the tab here that says create a contact list. And here what you want to do is come up with a list name. So wherever you got your leads from, you would just pretty much name the list name that file. So we'll just give it a name here, and then you would put your name here. And from there everything is already done, so you don't really have to do anything else there. So you just want to fill in those 2 blanks and then click save. Now you can have several lists within the program, so you would just again create as many lists as you want, and then once you actually have that list created, now you can go to the next step where you import leads to that list. So the next tab you will click is the second one up here, and you just click contacts and import contacts from the file. So you can select any list at any time to import to that list. So if you wanted to add more to this list, you could do that. In this case I'm just going to select this list right here, and once you do that, it's going to bring you to this page here. Everything's already pretty much set to the default, so you don't really have to mess with any of these tabs here, but just make sure it looks pretty much like this, where it's already confirmed. So you don't really have to unconfirm would actually make them have to opt in to your list, so we're just going to leave it as confirmed. Again, most autoresponder companies, you have to import them as unconfirmed, and therefore they would have to opt in. And next you just want to find the file on your computer, so you want to just click browse, and I'm just going to go with this one right here and click next. Now if for some reason this takes a long time, you may want to break your list down because it might be too big for the system. So if you have 50,000 or 100,000, you may want to break it in half, and it should load pretty quick, just like that one did. So next on this screen, you want to match your actual data to the program here. So for example, this is the email address. So all I'm doing with the mailer is telling the system that this is the email address. So I just matched the email address over here to the email address right here, and the first name going to match that to the first name, and then last name gonna match that also. And you don't really have to import these other fields, but if you wanted to, like if you had the phone number for example, you could do, put those in there. And this is the actual date that I originally had them on my list. So if you had a list from AWeber or GetResponse or any type of autoresponder, you can actually just import, again, select the date if you wanted to. So next you just click the next button here and click start importing. So as this imports, it's going to take a few minutes here, and while it does that, I'll actually pause the video so you don't have to wait on that. Now as it finishes up here, You can see it actually will remove duplicate emails that are in your list, so you won't be mailing the same people twice. It also has a suppression list, so if you have any names that you don't want to be mailed to, you can actually put them on a suppression list and it will automatically remove them as you import new leads each time. So as you can see, it was successfully imported. The next thing you want to do is go to the next tab and create an email campaign. So just click the next tab and click on create an email campaign. And in this box here, you just want to give the campaign a name. And there's actually a few options here as far as the format. You can send HTML and text, or you can actually select either one that you want to send. So if you're looking to send out faster, I would probably say a text would be better, just because it gets delivered faster since it's a smaller message. Now the system actually has templates built in. You can actually select no template, it'll just give you a blank email, or you can go with any of these templates here. For better delivery, I do suggest staying with the actual text messages, just because they get more delivered without the links and the images and the actual email. So for this purpose, I'm just going to stick with no template and click next. And here what you do is just fill in your subject and your message. And then your message would go right there. Now the program can also do a few things. You can also put different codes in. For example, the first name, if you wanted to say hi John, Tom, Mary, it'll actually put the person's first name right in the program. So all you would do is click the button right here, insert a custom field, and it will, depending on what you uploaded into your list, it would actually give you those options here. So if you imported a list without the first name or without the phone number, of course it wouldn't work. So as long as you imported that information, then it will work correctly. So we're just going to click the button here for first name, and it automatically puts it right there. One other thing, at the bottom of the emails, you want to make sure you put the unsubscribe. So just going to click the button here, dynamic content, and then click insert unsubscribe link, and it will automatically put that right there. So you can keep it that way if you want, or you can just shorten it up if you just wanted to say unsubscribe me, or any words you wanted to say, you can actually change those just by editing that information there. Now one thing you're going to do also, you can change the size, you can add color to it also, just by utilizing the editor here. I always recommend keeping the messages short, just because the longer it is, the more likely it's going to have spam words in it, and therefore you'll get more not delivered. So I suggest keeping it short, because when you use words like credit, cash, MLM, any of those type of words a lot of times get flagged, so, or make your messages go into spam. So I would play around with your message just to make sure you're not using a lot of unnecessary words, and therefore you'll get more delivered to the inbox. And also with the subject line, you can actually put the code here for the first name also. So you can put it in the front there if you want it to, or anywhere within the subject line. Now once you have your message done here, you want to copy the message and also place it down here in the text version. So the software will actually send either version, whichever the person allows. Some people don't allow HTML in their inbox or in their email, so therefore the software will automatically send this version. And once you have the way you want it in both boxes there, just come down here and click the button that says check your email for spam words. And in this case, you would just adjust the message to get the score as low as possible. But as long as it's green, you should be okay. But once you get over here and it's in the red, that's when you want to make sure you change it. And you can preview your email. Just put in your email address here and click preview. It should come right away, usually within 3 to 5 minutes, just depending on how many people are mailing with the hosting company at that given time. It may take longer just because they might have a queue in front of you. So I would just put your email here, click preview. You should get it within a few minutes. So once you do that, just click save and exit. And now your campaign is right here. So here I'm just going to click send. Select the list that I want to send to. I just click this one here. Click next, and here you actually want to put in your from name. So whatever name you want it to come from. Usually best to use a person's name versus a company name. You'll get more opens that way. That's my experience. But and then here you want to select the first name, and if you're using the last name, you would just select that also. And next, you just click the next button here, and then you would just click send my email campaign. Since I just used the test message, I'm not going to send it, but you would just click send, and then usually within 5 minutes it'll actually start sending for you. Another feature the mailer has is the actual statistics. So as you can see here, it gives you a snapshot of all the stats of the program. So it shows you when it started sending, when it finished sending, how long it took to send, and the total amount of leads it was sent to. And as you can see, it also shows the opens and unique opens. So what I'm going to do here is click on the next tab, Open Stats. It actually shows you all the email addresses of the people that opened the campaign. Now this campaign was actually sent in the summer, but as you can see, it shows all those people as they kept opening the emails. So some people didn't open the email until September, some October, and even some here just recently. So that's one thing about emailing. Once your emails are out there, people continually receive them at their own rate. So the good thing is to pretty much keep being consistent, and people will keep receiving your messages. The next thing here is the link stats. Shows you all the people that actually open your email. So you have those people there, so you can actually follow up with these people also. And bounce stats, it shows you pretty much all the emails that bounce. So if you have some lists that you want to clean up, it will actually tell you like email address doesn't exist. So if that person closed that email, it's going to be considered a hard bounce. Also, there's another type which is actually called a soft bounce. A soft bounce is usually it will actually tell you right here. For example, this one says problem with remote servers configuration. Or another reason for a soft bounce would be due to content. So if the email actually got blocked by the ISP, it would actually tell you soft balance blocked due to content. So that does also show you that within the program also. So once you get rid of all your bounced emails, you're pretty much left with all your good emails, and those are the ones that you'll keep following up with, and you'll get higher and higher conversions just because you're only mailing to all the good emails now. Another tab here is the unsubscribe stats. So it'll show you all the people that unsubscribed, and it'll show you their email address. It'll also add them to the master remove list of the software, so therefore you don't have to worry about ever emailing them again. Even if they're on a different list, it won't mail to the same people again. So those are pretty much the main stats and features of the program. So if you have any questions, be sure to visit the site below the video or contact us, and we'll get those questions answered for you.